The final thing to do is to look at the results. So we'll click the Result tab, and here we can see that option 1 is the best, followed by option 3, option 2, 5, 4 and 6 is the worst. It's related to option 1 is the best, so that's get 100%, and all the rest are related to that. You can see what is driving the results by clicking Highlight Topic and see how it's working. So you can see that in criteria 1, option 1 and option 6 are the best, and option 2 is a very poor score. So you can use this to see what's driving some of the results. And you can do it by whole topics or by criteria. Another way of looking at it is as a table, which is just a simple list. Another way of looking at it is strengths and weaknesses, and this gives a chart of the best scores in each criterion, and you can click on an option to see how it compares with the best. If you want, you can compare two options with each other. We'll do maybe option 1 and option 6. And what this shows is that option 1 is better than option 6 in these criterion. It's the same in criterion 1, and option 6 is better in this criterion. Finally, another way of looking at the results is a strengths and weaknesses model, is look at 100 and 0, and then you can plot two against each other, showing how option 1 is better on all the criterion other than criterion 4 for option 1 and 4. So a powerful way of looking at it. Yet another way is a scatter diagram, and you can compare two criterion against each other to see which is driving the result. If I click the table, you can see this is better there, so it's better in criterion 4 than option 2 is. You can use this to again see what's driving the results. This is mostly used for cost and benefits. So if you've got cost criteria and benefit criteria, you can see which is the best value option. You have a way of distributing so that you can have different matrices so that it makes it clearer, or you can show the frontier, the range of options, the boundary of the options there. If you have multiple weight sets, you can see how different options compare against different weight sets. So if you remember, one of the weight sets had a 0 criterion, so you can see that option 5 does very well with this one and very poorly on this one. Stakeholder 1 would prefer option 3, and that's second for the original one, so that might be a good compromise to have. And finally, sensitivity is a way of looking at the results depending on how it's weighted. So if we look at the different criterion, what this shows is that it doesn't matter what weight we put onto criterion 1, option 1 will always win. Similarly on criterion 2. On 3, however, when the weight of criterion 4 gets to about 15%, then option 1 is less favoured and option 3 becomes more favoured until you reach 60%, whereupon option 4 is the most favoured. And that concludes a very, very simple look at